Okay, so the fact that you've searched this video tells me that you're probably at least a couple of months out from the bar exam, and you want to know exactly how many weeks you should set aside to study. Now, everybody works at a different pace, but there are a few time estimates we can give you that you can customize to your unique learning needs, and I'm going to give you all that delicious information, plus some tips for planning your time wisely in this video. So get your Starbucks ready, pen and paper, and let's go. Hi, I'm Thea Beckman, a learning coach with Brainscape, the world's smartest study app. If you haven't yet discovered our certified MBE flashcards, definitely check them out today because they've proven to help you drill that essential law content into your brain twice as efficiently as any other study technique. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel for a steady stream of really helpful tips on beating the bar exam and embarking upon a law career. So with that said, let's talk about when you should start studying for the bar exam. We'll start with the minimum recommendation for full-time students, which is 40 to 50 hours of studying per week and a total of 9 weeks of bar review. So for example, if you're taking the bar exam on February 22nd, start studying the previous December around the 21st. Or if you're taking the bar on July 26th, start around May 24th. Now this is the standard recommendation. We at Brainscape, however, know that the more you spread out your studying, the better you'll absorb it and the less net time you'll have to spend studying overall. So perhaps instead consider starting earlier, like 18 weeks before the bar exam, in which case you only have to spend 20 to 25 hours per week studying. If you take a more leisurely approach to learning, you'll not only stress a whole lot less, but you'll absorb all that information more efficiently. Just remember though that the numbers we've provided are a minimum recommendation for full-time students, which brings me to a couple of tips I'd like to share with you. The first is, whatever prep time you've decided upon, start a few weeks earlier than you think you'll need. Because the bar exam is such a big deal and because there is so much on the line, the last thing you want is to run out of time to study. So let's say you've given yourself about 12 weeks to prepare. It's 3 months. We suggest that you include an additional week or even 2 or 3 weeks onto that time. Sit down today and plot a detailed study schedule in which you portion out all the content memorization and skills practice you need to do in the time leading up to the big day. Once you can see all your work spread out from a high level, you'll be able to make a more educated guess as to how much time you really need to prepare. Perhaps it is 18 weeks, or maybe you can kick off at the 12-week mark. At least when you do start, you'll already have your detailed study plan drawn up and you can sink your teeth in right away. But just remember, it happens and you may take a bit longer to get through things than initially anticipated. So it's better to have a little extra elbow room to figure out a tricky concept rather than having to rush ahead to prevent from falling behind schedule. And even if you are confident you can get all your studying done in 9 weeks' time, like I said, happens, you may get the flu or have to tend to a family emergency, or you may just have a few unproductive days of procrastination. If you have that extra week or two, none of these interruptions will really matter. You can recover and get back to studying without it hurting your prep. But if you do hit a snag and have to play catch up, you'll need to make sure you're studying as efficiently as possible, which brings me to my next tip. Use Brainscape to expedite the memory work. I'm talking about having to learn, understand, and memorize all that law content. We've worked with a team of bar prep experts, law professors, and top students to distill down the latest MBE test plan into a collection of 2,500 adaptive flashcards. These are delivered via a spaced repetition learning algorithm, which is engineered to drill that content into your brain twice as efficiently as any other study method. This will help you rip through that law content way more efficiently while automating daily reviews so that you don't forget the older concepts as you progress through the new topics. So as an essential step to preparing for the bar, use Brainscape certified MBE flashcards to learn anytime, anywhere more efficiently. My final tip for you when deciding when to start studying for the bar exam is to use study breaks to combat stress and improve motivation. Too many students put themselves under the pressure of weeks-long marathon study sessions without any breaks at all. It may sound doable in theory, but without exposure to sunlight, connection with other humans, and just a rest day here and there to look forward to, the toll of bar prep can make you lose your mind a bit. Plus, the spaces between study sessions are when the knowledge has time to consolidate in your brain. And the more you space out your study sessions with breaks, the better your learning will be, as long as you're still logging the same number of net hours. So distribute that downtime throughout your study schedule to help you process what you're learning, to keep you motivated, and to give yourself a little breathing room to just be. Trust me, you'll be grateful for that time later on. So there's your answer. You should start studying for the bar exam at least 9 weeks before your test date, and maybe slap on a few additional weeks to give yourself wiggle room in case you need more time to work through harder topics, or your studies are delayed due to unforeseen events, or you have a couple of unproductive days of procrastination, or you need to break to rest and process. For an even deeper dive of when you should start studying for the bar, check out Brainscape's full study guide in the Law Academy, link provided in the show notes below. You'll also find a few other guides and resources I think will be of special interest to you. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for a steady stream of excellent bar exam advice. And finally, definitely make use of Brainscape's adaptive flashcards to drill yourself on the most essential law content so that you can accelerate your readiness for and rise to the challenge of the bar exam.